We are live at Dr. Harold Crum Memorial Field in Lexington, Massachusetts. And tonight, we are bringing you some Lexington High School football. Lexington is currently on a 2-game win streak, traveling to Winchester and Arlington, defeating both of them. Tonight, they are trying to make it 3 in a row, and to do that, they have to get through the Belmont Marauders. Coin toss is about to go underway, and the game will get started shortly after that.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a game tonight. You're right. They are on a 2-game win streak. And what's interesting about that is they were both on the road, one in Arlington, one in Winchester. They put up 48 points, 45 to 28. That was against Arlington, I think?
That was Arlington. And then
it was a 7-6 game, I think.
Two very different games.
Exactly. So I think they're proving they can do it on defense and on offense a little bit these last 2 games. And those were both in the division, right? The Middlesex Liberty division. So I talked to the coach before that 2-game road trip, and he said going into it that they're actually 0-0 right now because all their games beforehand were non-divisional. So to be here now with a 2-0 divisional record, and now they got to defend home field advantage against a tough Belmont Marauders team. So we're going to see what happens tonight. But, the way Nelson Mendez-Stevens has been playing has been inspiring. And the defense has been looking better and better. So we'll see if they can get 3 tonight in a row.
Yeah, it's been nice to see a lot of the improvements from guys like Nelson Mendez-Stevens and Jack Mazeral and Joseph Suh. All 3 of those players got into the end zone last week. Joseph Suh did it twice, offensively and defensively.
And he's the main running back, right, Suh?
He is.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure. So is he more of a pass catching, or I know he more runs between the tackles, but do they throw him the ball often out of the backfield, or?
They do occasionally.
Gotcha. Occasional screen play, I'm guessing?
Occasionally.
Gotcha. Well, it's actually a great night today. It was raining pretty much from midnight last night to noon today, but since then it's been humid. It seems like the field is pretty dry too, and it's like a nice breeze in the air. Like I'm wearing just to do some fashion real quick, I'm wearing a quarter sleeve. Feeling pretty good about myself. Feeling pretty warm right now in the booth. So I think the weather's going to be on their side tonight.
Yeah, it's funny because they call this place the Swamp, and that's a pretty unsettling name when it's pouring rain.
This is true.
Yeah.
You got to think Belmont was thinking about that on the way over here. They're like, do you think they really call it the Swamp?
Yeah.
I'd like to mention that Julie Manugian, we got Julie directing the game tonight. She's a veteran, seasoned pro. She's going to take us through the motions tonight, and we're going to have a heck of a game. I always wondered, I saw the mascot last week, and he had a construction hat, or not, 3 weeks ago, excuse me, he had the construction hat, but then I saw they have 2 mascot costumes, I'm pretty sure. I saw 2 of them. I don't know if one's old, I don't know if they're twins, we don't know what's going on there, but opening kickoff here.
Jake Trexler will be kicking off for Lexington. Back deep for Belmont is Chris Cogliano and Bryce Hubbard. We are underway as the kick will roll into the end zone for a touchback. So that is going to be where the Belmont offense comes out. I talked to Coach Wilson before the game today, and he had a lot of compliments for this team, in particular the running back and quarterback duo. He said they work very well together, and this is a very well-coached team. So these 2 teams might have the same record, but like every week, Lexington is going to have to fight to get this done.
Yeah. It's a pretty young team, correct? Like there's not many seniors. Are there a lot of seniors on this team, or?
There are a few.
There are definitely a few, but I think they lost so many last year that I think the average age just plummeted. But we'll see what happens. Who do we have under center for Belmont here?
This is Jaden Arno throwing right away to Cogliano. He tries to escape the tackles, but he can't. That's going to go for a loss of 2. Joseph Suh helps get in on the tackle there.
Pass complete to Chris Cogliano. Tackle by number 9, Amari.
So it's officially a loss of 1 on the play. They credit Amari Moe with the tackle there. Now Arno is lined up with Adrian Gurung on his right. They give it to him. He fights his way up the middle, not for much though. And Belmont will be staring here at a 3rd and long.
Number 23 is the ball carrier. Tackled by number 11, John Donahue. 3rd down and 7.
Just over a minute played so far in the game. Belmont is staring at a 3rd and 8 here. Arno's going to roll to his right, looks to throw, pressured, and cannot complete it. Tried to get it to Bryce Hubbard, but it was overthrown, and Lexington gets their defense off the field.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage from Amari Rowe there. He was on the receiver's hip. The quarterback needed to make a perfect pass there, or at least a really good pass, and they forced him to do it, and unfortunately it didn't happen. So 4th and 8, punting on the first possession. Got to feel good if you're Lexington's defense right there.
Yes, you do.
Quick 3 and out.
Belmont gained a total of 2 yards on that possession.
Yep.
And it's Jack Mazerall back deep for Lexington to return this punt.
Mazerall's been on fire these last couple games. I remember he caught that long ball against, was it Woburn a couple weeks ago at home? No,
it was Melrose.
It was Melrose, thank you. And put him up ahead, obviously, late in the game, but didn't end up working out. Punt left to right here.
Bit of a short punt. Mazerall.
Oh, no.
Can't handle it.
Oh,
Ball
no.
is on the ground.
Oh.
And it looks like Belmont recovered it. That was Isaiah Arsvillan, and it is Belmont's ball.
Yeah, he seemed like he was in no man's land there. He wasn't sure if he should go after that bounce or not, and unfortunately, when he went for it, it looked like his eyes were also looking at the defender that was coming to him at the same time, so he should have just let that bounce, gave the offense the ball there, but unfortunate turn. But you know what? If you're Lexington's defense, just take last possession's model and put it here, 2 yards.
It's a 1st down for Belmont at the 45-yard line, their own 45. And Arno gives it up the middle, and a nice pickup here.
That was a nice run.
Adrian Gurung gets about 10, and they're going to give him the 1st down.
It seemed like he got hit after 5 yards and then just kept those legs moving and picked up an additional 7. Very nice run. Looks like they're going hurry up here. And they keep taking this tight end to bringing him over.
Looks like the same play up the middle to Gurung. He's into the secondary.
Wow.
Gets past Mendez Steven, and he is gone for the touchdown.
Took him to Juke City there. My goodness. He had to get 3 guys to miss to pull that run off. And all stemmed from that muffed punt, unfortunately. And 6 points on the board for Belmont. On the, guess you can call it their opening drive now. Not really, but yeah, kind of.
That's a 45-yard touchdown run on a 2-play drive. And Belmont takes the early lead. Now we have a very interesting formation here on what looks like an extra point, but you never know.
I think they're going to clap and go right. Yeah, I've seen this before, mainly in high school and college. I don't understand it, but maybe it's just it keeps the defense honest, I guess.
Extra point is driven through.
Pretty good kick.
So, about 2 minutes of the way through the ball game, Belmont has the early lead. And now we will get to see the Lexington offense come out here for the first time.
You got to just think that was a little discouraging for them to go 3 and out, muff the punt, and they were just dragging themselves back. I mean, I know it's the opening drive for opening quarter, but it just seemed like they were a little demotivated when they went back out there and gave up 2 big runs for the touchdown.
Lexington has Jack Mazerall and Amari Moe back deep to return. Those are the 2 who we saw doing a lot of kick and punt returns last week. Or not last week, 3 weeks ago that is, which is the last time we were here against Melrose.
All right, so we're going to see Lexington's offense take the field for the first time today, hopefully. And was Mazeral the one who muffed the punt, unfortunately?
I think it was him.
I always need to reel myself in when I start giving people compliments because I am the human jinx machine. So once I said Mazeral had a good last couple games, he was doomed.
This is Austin Lassiter back to kick for Belmont.
Oh,
short kick. That's Russ LeBert who's going to take it. Gets a few blocks. And Lexington will start with the ball from about the 39-yard line.
Looked like he got underneath that one, but it didn't go very high. It was just maybe he slipped. I don't know. It looked weird. Looked like he hit the stand underneath the ball rather than the actual ball.
So now for the first time we get to see Nelson Mendez-Steven and the rest of this Lexington offense. And to say that they've improved over the course of the season would be an understatement. They have really found their feet these last few weeks. They start off on the ground with Joseph Suh, and he gets wrapped up. That's Asa Rosenmeyer, the senior, who was the first one to get to him.
Got stuck up at the line there. It seems didn't really get any positive yardage there.
Lexington lines up with LeBert and Mazeral down at the bottom of the screen. They give it to Suh. He's got some room. Joseph Suh across midfield. Gets a block from LeBert, still on his feet. And now they're going to whistle him out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Regardless, a huge run there from Joseph Suh.
Props to the offensive line there. They opened a gigantic hole on that left side. I think my grandmother could have ran through it, but Suh just took advantage of it, got downfield. And he even broke a tackle there. If he stayed in bounds there, it could have been another 20 yards. But great job getting downfield. Yeah, almost in the red zone here.
I talked with Coach Wilson before the game today, and he said the one area where he thinks he's seen the most improvement from this team is in their offensive line. And you could see it on that play.
Oh, for sure.
And Steven going to keep it himself, cuts it to the outside. Makes one guy miss, gets about 2 yards right there. Brian Logan made the tackle for Belmont.
Yeah, Lexington, not a throw yet in this game. Just been a lot of running, keeping it on the ground, game in the trenches. But that's just the type of football this school has been inheriting. They keep it on the ground, they bruise them, and when you have Nelson Mendez-Stevens, you can run that. That option all day, and you're going to find a hole eventually.
Nelson now going to throw. Running out of time, he steps up.
Oh, no.
Cannot avoid the pressure, and down he goes.
That's a big guy, 73.
Harry Carlson.
Or is that, yeah.
The junior.
My goodness.
Number 73, Harry Carlson, in on the stop.
The sack brings them back 5 yards. It's going to be third down and about 13 here.
Yeah,
for Lexington.
73 and 77 in there. That's Asa Rosenmeyer. They are some big guys. That's going to be a pretty big challenge if they decide to run up the middle all game, because those are some big dudes there in the middle. So I think running it to the outside, like they showed earlier with might be the game plan. Get away from them big boys.
3rd and 13 for Lexington, but knowing this team and knowing this part of the field, we know that this might be 4-down territory for them. They're going to fake to Suh. Nelson's pass is tipped and
incomplete. It was tipped, yep.
Tried to get it to Mazeral, but it was broken up by Belmont. Now Lexington has a decision to make here.
Looks like they're punting.
And
Stevens did not look happy about the decision.
Punting team does take the field.
I think it's just, I think Coach Wilson wants to play it safe here. Battle of field position. Don't want to give it to them at around the 50-yard line again. We saw what happened last time, so probably a wise choice. But I'm sure that's going to change as the game goes.
John Kefelis is back to punt for Lexington. Now they get a jump. That will draw a flag.
Definitely went over the line of scrimmage.
So So the call is neutral zone infraction for Lexington, and does that bring the offense back out here? It looks like it does. So they gain the 5 yards back that they lost on the sack. It's 4th and 8, and the offense is coming back out there.
What are we looking at? 4th and 3-ish?
4th and looks like 8.
8? Oh yeah. Oh wow. I didn't realize how far back they went. Wow, 4th and 8. Okay. Shotgun formation. Yeah. I mean, they're probably going to end up throwing here, but if Steven sees some daylight, he's going to take it.
Nelson takes the snap. He's got time. He's going to go for the end zone
He's
for
got
Mo.
Oh.
Incomplete off his fingertips.
He took a shot, hit him in the hands. It was actually a great play call. He was able to beat his defender, hit him in the hands. Coach Wilson giving Steven some encouragement, telling him that was a good ball. Just unfortunately couldn't bring it in there.
So Lexington comes up empty on their first drive. And the defense retakes the field. And aside from that one long touchdown run we saw on Belmont's last drive, the defense has really been playing pretty well. They had the 3 and out, which unfortunately got wiped out by the muff punt.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed Mendez Stevens is still on the field with the defense. Does he play defense normally, or is this just tonight?
Against Melrose, we saw him lining up as a defensive back.
Talented dude.
Arno fakes to Garung.
They're going after him.
Throw. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Nelson Mendez-Steven was in coverage. They tried to hit Chris Cogliano. That was broken up. He had some help on that play from Declan Gruskin. 2nd down.
It was a smart play call. You know, the quarterback's in there playing, you know, as a defensive back. Why not take a shot against him? He might be a little bit tired. Might not be able to move his legs as fast as coming off the field. So I like the play call, and he actually gave his receiver a shot there, but couldn't bring it in. It's a good breakup.
Arno and Garung are lined up in the backfield together. And Arno's going to keep it himself. He survives one tackle. Survives another down the sideline. He's got a lot of room.
Wow.
Jake Arno still on his feet, goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Lexington.
He got hit behind the line of scrimmage too, but stayed up, made a quick burst around the edge, and found some daylight. That was really impressive. Is that more on the tackling, or is that more on just a good play by the offense?
I think you could say it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's a 34-yard pickup.
And they're going fast right now. They're already on the ball.
Here's the carry for Garung. And he gets wrapped up after a few. Will Everett helped make the tackle. Joseph Suh also combining with him.
A little over 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Belmont is leading 7-0. Thank you to our lovely director, Julie, for giving us that graphic.
Arno takes the snap, gives it to Garung, gets through the initial wave of defenders, cuts it to the outside, and finally brought down. That was Nelson Mendez-Steven on the tackle. That is about a 20-yard run there.
This man is becoming a problem early on here. And it's not just his making guys miss. When they are hitting him, he's shedding tackles as well as evading them. So, defense is going to have to dig deep here and make a stop, try to hold them to 3. And with high school kickers, you never know. If they're 15 yards out, that's a tough kick.
Belmont is sticking with the fast-paced no-huddle offense here. Arno fakes, takes it right up the gut, gets a few. That's Mateo Gentile, one of the captains, helped make the tackle. It's a pickup of about 3, with just over 5 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Arno fakes, gonna throw. Throws, and what a catch on the sideline. Did he get the feet down?
Yeah,
He did.
That was one-handed, huh? My goodness. That was a really nice catch.
That is, I believe, Stephen Hong for Belmont who brought that in.
Yeah, he went up to go get that too. That was immaculate.
First and goal from the 5 for Belmont. Barone gets the carry. He takes it right in for the touchdown.
Pretty much untouched there. That offensive line is looking really stout right now. They're really giving it to the defense right now. It's going to put them up 13-0. 2 possessions. Well, 3 possessions if you count the 3 and out, but the muff punt. But, yeah, Lexington doesn't seem to have an answer for this this tough offense on Belmont right now.
We're seeing the same formation that we saw on the last extra point.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they do it. Yep, there's the step. The motion to the right. Just like you predicted, Terry, on the last play.
Yeah, it's very strange. But they do it for a reason. Oh.
Pressure off the edge. The kick is blocked.
That looked like Stevens got a piece of that.
That was Nelson.
Wow, good timing on that. Extra point, no good, hey. Whatever you got to do. And now it's Stevens. You can't even sit down because he has to go right back out there and play quarterback right now. Got to be exhausting playing a football game if you're him.
Yeah, I think that, like you talked about, that's probably why they're deciding to throw at him, to make him work, get him tired.
Hey, even if he makes a great defensive play, it's going to make him tired on the offense later. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But take a seat.
Cameras are not on it, but Nelson right now is taking a rest. Because like we just said, he doesn't get much time to do it. But he's getting a lot of support from his teammates right now. Because he does not get much of that during this game.
Nope.
Austin Lassiter.
Pretty good crowd here tonight.
Yes.
Student section is popping off in their pink.
It's the pink out tonight.
It's a pink out. Support breast cancer, I'd imagine.
Yes.
And we're off.
You can see the players are also wearing some pink.
Yep.
Mazeral's going to pick up the kick. Makes a few guys miss, gets just across the 30. Oh, and now some extracurricular fighting going on at the end of the play. We'll draw a flag. That's Liam McDonald for Belmont and Will Everett for Lexington, who got caught up. I'm interested to see who this flag is on.
We have a flag on the play.
Ref's talking about it right now. Unnecessary roughness. Ooh, against Lexington.
It's going to go on Lexington. So move it back 15 yards.
Oh.
So they're calling it on both sides.
So do you replay this? No, because it was after the play.
Well, I guess they're moving the ball back anyway.
Wow.
So move it back to about the 18.
The referee seems to be on the older side. He seems to be struggling just to walk back to where he's supposed to be right now. I find that kind of surprising. You feel like you have to. You're moving around quite a bit as a ref. So, hey, if he can do it, I love it.
Lexington starts from the 18. Suh is lined up to Nelson in the backfield. Nelson going to throw on first down. Pulls it down. Fakes, now runs. He gets around a defender. He's got room down the sideline.
Ooh.
Brought down just short of midfield. It's a 30-yard gain for Nelson Mendez-Steven. And that wipes out that penalty.
And that's where he's just so dangerous. You know, you drop back to pass. Obviously, a lot of his receivers are going to be covered, but that just gives him a little bit more room to make something happen back there. And, you know, maybe one QB spy isn't enough. Sometimes you got to put two on him. But that may open up a receiver down the field. So you kind of have to take what the offense gives you. or what the defense gives you, excuse me.
First down from the 48. Nelson hands it to Sugg, going to the left side, or the right side. Brought down just shy of midfield. Let's see where they spot him. I think they're going to spot him right at midfield.
Got about 2 there.
Just over 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
Their offense seems to work out of a shotgun almost exclusively. I think they just want to be able to buy Mendes Stevens as much time as he can back there, whether to pass or tuck and roll.
Now the play is whistled dead for what looks like a false start. It is, so they'll move it back 5, which will make it 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, I missed who that was on. Clock continues to roll here.
Down to 2.5 minutes as Lexington breaks the huddle. Or will they?
Seems like there's a little bit of extra discussion there after the play.
So it looks like the same formation as the last play. Belmont showing blitz like they do on almost every play.
Drop back to pass. Looking, tucks.
Steps, throws, completes
Nice
it to
catch.
LeBert. He makes a man miss. He's down the sideline. Russ
Nice
LeBert out of bounds inside the 30.
Very impressive play. I thought he was tucking and running. I think the defense thought he was tucking and running too, but he ended up delivering a dime along. It was a great catch too. It was an all-hands catch, completely stretched out. It was a great catch. That was LeBert, you said?
That was.
Wow, great play. And then to make the guy miss for an extra 15 yards, take that.
First down for Lexington at the 29-yard line of Belmont as we come up on 90 seconds to play in the first quarter.
A big drive here. Got to finish with some points.
Nelson back to throw again. He steps. He's going to run it.
That looked like it could have been dangerous.
He gets about a yard there.
Yeah. Yeah, it really seems like they're trying to really throw a few QB spots. I think, you know, if you're the defense of Belmont, you kind of want to force Mendes Stevens to throw the ball because I think he's just so much more dangerous with his feet. So if you have only one QB spy out there, I think he can beat him. But if you kind of throw a few out there to kind of make sure he doesn't get outside the pocket and make him make a good throw downfield. But he has been, you know, that he had a touchdown earlier, but it went off the receiver's hand. So, you know, he's definitely capable.
2nd and 9 for Lexington. As Nelson takes the snap, rolls to his right.
Little
Under
hesitation.
a lot of pressure, cannot complete it to Mazeral.
It's going to bring up a rough 3rd down and 9. He, yeah, again, it seems like he has a little hesitation. He like throws a pump fake and then he immediately wants to start throwing. It seemed like they really collapsed on him a little bit faster there, which made him have to kind of throw it away. I think he's tried to put it on his receiver, but it could have been a loss of like 15 yards. So it was a good thing that he got rid of the ball.
It's 3rd down and 9 now, and this is almost the same distance that Lexington had the ball on the last drive, where they went for it on 4th down and came painfully close to a touchdown. So you got to think that's going through Coach Wilson's head again if they don't get it here.
You know, I think they run it here. Prediction time. Try to pick up a few yards, if not the 1st down, and then they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Well, it looks like you're right as Saw bounces it to the outside.
Nice, wow.
Stays alive through one tackle.
It's going to get about 3 yards there or so.
That was Ryan Halloran who got him at first.
Ben William in on the tackle.
4th and 9, maybe he didn't get anything. I don't know. I think that's going to take us into the 2nd quarter with less than 10 seconds going and the clock running.
You are right. So that's the end of the first quarter. Belmont leads it 13-0 over Lexington. However, Lexington is on the attack here. When we come back, they'll face a 4th down and 10 from the 29-yard line of Belmont. We're back for the start of the second quarter. It's 4th down and 10 at the moment for Lexington from the 29-yard line. Nelson takes the snap, gonna throw, pressure off the edge, and he goes down. So Belmont gets their second 4th down stop of the ball game, and they take over with a 13-0 lead. Jaden Arno and the Belmont offense retake the field. They've scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives. And he's got Aiden Garung on his right. Play action on first down. He's going to air it out. Incomplete.
No flags.
No flags.
Seemed like he just slipped a little bit. I looked like a little bit of contact back here, but look who they're going after. Wait, was that was Amanda Stevens, excuse me. That was number 9. Amari Mao. Mao. Sorry, Mao family. Yeah, gonna bring up a 2nd and 10. So again, it seems like they're trying to throw those deep balls on first down, catch these guys, catch Lexington defense off guard a little bit. But they're 0 for 2 as far as that goes. I mean, should stick to the ground game. It seems to be working.
Arno's going to hand it to Garung.
Man.
And he gets a lot of room up the middle.
He is shifty.
Out across midfield.
Oh, man.
And brought down at the 35-yard line of Lexington.
He is shifty. I know there was a big hole there on the offensive line, but again, he can make a guy miss.
That's a 34-yard pickup. And Belmont is not slowing things down at all. That's similar to what we've seen for all of tonight.
He wants it again. Oh, there we go.
Back to Garung, and brought down by Joseph Suh there for about no gain.
A little running back on running back crime right there. I mean, hey, you got to stuff that middle, and he just did that. So let him know that it's not going to be that easy every time. Great tackle from Suh. Seems like a pretty easy game for the quarterback so far. I mean, he had a great run up the side earlier, Arno, but definitely not doing it with his arm too much. I mean, I saw that one-handed catch down there in the red zone earlier, but outside of that, I don't think he has too many completions.
Arno fakes, sets it up. They get about 3 there. That's Bryce Hubbard.
What was that, bubble screen? Would that qualify as a bubble screen?
I think it does.
Yeah. Yeah, you always have to be a little careful with that, with the, the offensive line not getting downfield too early to start blocking, get hit with a a ineligible man downfield or something like that. So it's tough to run those plays, but they're simple but difficult. Oh, 52 just went over.
That's going to draw a neutral zone, or is it an encroachment? Whatever it is.
Mateo
Gentile. That's going to take it from 3rd and 6 to 3rd and 1.
Make that a little bit easier. Yeah, he knew it right away. If you're able to get back, in time before the offensive lineman jumps, then you're fine. But, I know the offensive line are trained to, once somebody comes over the line, just kind of jump yourself just to get the call from the ref, and it seemed to work out that way.
Third and a long one for Belmont. As Arno hands to Garung, he goes up the middle. He gets the first down and a lot more.
Just need about 3 guys to take him down, but
he's down inside the 20.
9.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Belmont in complete control, trying to add to their lead.
Arno talking to his coaches on the sideline.
I think they just said, give it to Garung. What are you doing?
They fake. They throw the same bubble screen.
Good tackle.
Joseph Suh was the first one who got to him. This time it was to Chris Cogliano. And it's about no gain on the play.
No, it's still only a 2-possession game. They have, a stop here would be ginormous. Even to hold them to a field goal would still only be 2 possessions. So it's time for Lexington to kind of just step up here. See if they can stop Garung. Arno
keeps it himself, goes right up the gut.
That's going to be a first.
That is going to be
maybe just
close
short.
To a first down.
Looked like he got a lot more.
It did from up here. He's about a yard short.
3rd down and 1.
And based on what we've seen in games this year, they probably are going to take 2 shots at this 1 yard.
Yeah. I mean, unless you can get a big loss, but yeah. Haven't seen any holding calls. Nothing yet really major. I'd imagine they're going to give it to Garung here. They do.
They do. He fights his way up the middle.
He's going to have that. Pretty sure.
And it does look like he gets the first down.
Yep.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for Belmont from about the 8-yard line.
You need to have somewhat of a bend, don't break mentality here. Again, you said that they would probably end up going for 4th down. They probably will, even if they end up getting it here. So, need a few stops here. Have them make the decision so you can make a stop. So, I know it's a tall order, but we'll see what happens. Looks like we got a timeout.
We're gonna get there's a whistle before the play.
Nope, it was just the official timeout. Real quick, not a real timeout.
Okay, so they sort that out. Now Arno takes the snap. He's going to throw.
Wow, great defense.
And it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Brian Logan, who had the amazing one-handed catch on the sideline earlier.
Yeah, look, I mean, the defensive lineman's hands were very active there. It looked like he had to throw it through some trees, and then the man-to-man coverage on the receiver was tight. So great D right there. And this is, second and goal, 2nd and 10 about. Second goal from the 8, excuse me. So it's really going to be about buckling down here, making a stop. You know that they're going to run it here. It's almost guaranteed they run it here. I just don't know whether it's going to be with Arno or Garung.
They put Hubbard in motion. They give it to Garung up the middle. At first, it looked like he had a lot of room.
Right.
It closed quickly. He gets 4 yards there.
All right, so this is it. 3rd and goal from the 4. Let's see if Lexington can make a stop, because I would imagine they're going to go for it on 4th down like you mentioned earlier. Even though the field goal kicker, it did get blocked on the second point after, but the first one was a dagger, so. Trying to draw.
Trying to get them to jump.
Thought they were going direct snap there for a sec. A little trick play.
Arno
gonna keep.
Take it himself.
Get around the edge.
Gets to the edge. And
Stuffed.
he does not get there.
No, he's getting carried in.
Oh, and he
man.
scores.
Yeah, he got stuffed around the 2-yard line, but it was a collective effort to push him in. That's going to be another 6 for Belmont there. I mean, you hold him. You had a chance. But you just couldn't finish it, unfortunately.
It's now 19-0 for Belmont.
Is this a 2-point conversion? No, it looks like they're going to try to kick it again.
The same formation that we've seen on the last 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, kicker is setting up. I mean, I would just go for it at this point. I don't think Lexington's going to stop you inside the 2. The way your offense is looking tonight. Kick down.
Pressure again off the edge.
Hit the pole, but doinked in. It's going to be 20-0.
6:14 remaining in the first half.
6.5. Little 6:14 to go in the second quarter before halftime.
Belmont 20,
Lexington looking for answers right now, but it's not looking great early on.
This drive in particular is very important because they do get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and they have had some good offensive plays that have put them over the 50-yard line right outside the red zone, but they're just having a hard, once they get near that 30-yard line, it starts to slow down, and Belmont's defense really buckles down. So they need to just find a way to get over the hump. They are having big chunk plays, but just not enough, it seems, yet. But it's still got a lot of game here. And you can say that any time in the game. You can say there's a lot of time at any time in the game. That is the rule. Could be 30 seconds left. Plenty of time.
We're waiting on the kickoff here. Now it looks like there's some sort of discussion going on with one of the officials and someone on the Belmont sideline.
Refs seem to be a little off tonight.
Lassiter will kick. That's Mazeral who's going to take it. Looking for blocks, not getting much. Gets brought down at about the 26.
All right, here comes the offense. Again, I think you have to continue the game plan, keep it on the ground. Let's get going a little bit, and Mendez Stevens just has to be smart with the football. No turnovers here. Keep your team in the game. Something like that could be devastating, especially if you go down another touchdown before halftime. So, the only thing you can try to do is cut this lead a little bit, give your guys some positivity, and see what happens.
They're going to start on the ground with Mendez Steven up the middle. Gets about 9 there.
Yeah, it's a great pull. He tricked me on that one.
And now they're signaling the chains to move, so it is a first down.
Yeah, those option plays, they're risky because that ball is so far in the running back's breadbasket, and for you to pull it out at the last second, it takes a lot of trust between the quarterback and the running back to pull something like that off. And you see Lamar Jackson obviously do it all the time. You see it in college all the time. But it's risky, but it works.
They take the snap, hand it to Saw on the outside. He's got some room. Takes a big shot there, and now a flag is going to come in at the end of the play. It appears that it's going to be against Lexington.
The white hat ref coming into the head ref coming into the picture. So you got
it's a block in the back on Lexington.
Could be first down. So that's like what, a 10-yard penalty right there?
I think it is.
Yikes. unless it happened later in the play. I think it happens where the play happens. So it's looking like a first and like 13 or so.
Yeah, it's a spot of the foul penalty.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's first and about 13 for Lexington. They go right back to Suh. He finds a nice hole. Gets a block down the sideline. Down inside the 40.
Great run from Suh. And I saw him right before the offense took the field. He was getting the crowd. He was pumping up the crowd, trying to get everyone into it. And that's what you like to see from is he a co-captain? Is he a captain of some sort? I don't know. That's what you like to see from the star running back. We'll just say that.
Ryan Renoro, the receiver, helped lead block on that play. And Lexington, with just under 5 minutes left, has 39 yards to go. Looks like the same formation again. And Nelson pulls it out at the last minute. Takes a shot, gets a nice pickup.
Chipping away here, gets 7-yard gain there, so. You know, those are positive runs. About 4 minutes remaining here until halftime. Yeah, Lexington needs points here, but this is where they've had the most trouble. The hard part is getting it into the end zone here.
It looked for a minute like it was fumbled there, but Joseph Suh gets the carry.
Yeah, I think even Stevens was a little surprised that Suh held on to that because it looked like it came completely out of his hands. But like I was saying, this is where they've had the most trouble. They're easy to get down the field, but then once they get inside that 30, it seems like Belmont's defense really steps up. So if they can punch one here into the end zone, never know.
That run by Suh does give Lexington another first down. And once again, this formation with 3 receivers at the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. Nelson going to take it right up the middle himself. Stiff arms a defender. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and in for the touchdown. 28 yards on the ground for Nelson Mendez-Steven, and Lexington strikes back.
That was a great camera work from our boy Edmund down there on camera 3. Able to track him all the way to the end zone. Great fake. Mendez just put it in his own hands and got in the end zone. Great stiff arm, too. This guy just fell off of him.
This is Jack Mazeral lined up to kick the extra point.
Is he normally the kicker?
Last year he wasn't. That's
Gotcha.
Because they had Eduardo Auerbach, who had a lot of soccer in his background.
Gotcha.
But
great kick.
He has no problem with it here.
My God. All right. Points on the board. 20-7. Lexington trailing, but that may give them a little bit of confidence there. They just proved to themselves they can do it. They can get in the end zone. These guys can't stop us. Are you kidding me?
Belmont is going to have 3 minutes and 11 seconds to put together a drive of their own. And a stop here for Lexington is very important because they just wiped the 3-score deficit. They don't want to give it right back going into halftime. Because if they can take the ball, if they can keep the score where it is, and then get the ball to start the second half and make it a 1-score game, that would really turn the tide.
I do this when I'm watching football from home on TV, but I'm going to officially put my Terry Samaras turnover prediction on this drive for Belmont. Somewhere on this drive there will be a turnover. Really? I use one a game. That's my official prediction. I usually do it after a score, so I'm feeling a turnover on this drive.
What's the accuracy percentage on that?
Almost 100. No, I'm just kidding. It's like somewhere in the 50s.
Belmont takes the kick. He does not have many blockers. He still
wow.
finds a lot of room.
Oh, my.
Staying on his feet still and finally brought down into 37.
That was number 25, Miles Torres. Standing 5'6", but running like he's 6'5". Yeah, just trying to power through there. Very impressive.
Jaden Arno is back out there with the Belmont offense. They have 3 minutes left in the half.
Good field position, just over the 35.
Arno fakes, sets up a screen, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Ben William there.
From our angle, it looked like number 9 was in front of the ball, and I was like, here it comes. But no, I mean, I think just his presence being there got the receiver a little bit worried, and he ended up dropping the pass, which obviously is very helpful.
Second and 10 for Belmont.
And you got to imagine they're going to stick to the ground here, try to pick up a few yards, make it a manageable third down. Low snap.
It's picked up by Arno, but he's going to go backwards. Loses about 2 there.
Here we go.
Third down and long here for Lexington. And we're going to get a timeout called by Lexington.
Mendez Stevens trying to get the crowd on their feet.
That's funny. There were 2 plays in a row where we almost had a turnover right after the turnover prediction.
You know, it's a gift. It didn't happen, but you know, it felt right. And you know, I might have one play here where something could happen, but it's, you know, they had the chances. Big huddle up here. Defense needs to make a play. You know, just make the tackle. Stay close to your receivers and make it tough for them. You know, you don't want to give up anything easy. If they're going to pick it up, at least make it so they made a great play, not that you fell down or whatever. Temperature seems to be dropping a little bit here at Dr. Harold Crum Field.
Still better than the last time we were here. That was surprisingly cold for a mid-September day.
Yeah. That wind was not generous. 2:45 remaining here in the second quarter.
Third down and 11 for Belmont, and they got to get the Lexington coaches off the field for this play.
Yeah, Lexington would love to get the ball back before halftime to get some more points on the board.
Arno takes the snap.
Delayed.
He's going to hand it on a draw.
Wow, what a play.
And it's Garung who gets the first down across midfield.
That was a hell of a play. No, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12. Delay or a draw, whatever you want to call it, and the hole was wide open. Lexington did not see that coming at all. They were definitely playing some sort of zone defense or whatever it is that opens up the run game.
It's a first down for Belmont at the Lexington 44. Arnold's going to keep it himself. He gets more than it looked like he would. Gets about 8 there. So we come up upon 2 minutes left to play. And I guess we are not going to have the 2-minute warning. They're just going to play right through it. Joseph Saw and Mendez Steven are trying to get the crowd into it. Now a jump and a flag.
Oh, man, that's on the defense.
It's going to be encroachment on Christian Arrington.
Going to give him a first down, too.
That will give Belmont a first down.
That way.
Clock is continuing to run. We're down to 1.5 minutes.
How many Werther's original candies do you think the referee has in his pockets right now? Many is the answer. Big play coming up. You know, you want to. It's tough right now for Lexington. Obviously, getting that 3rd and 11 absolutely broke them, and now Belmont's in the driver's seat trying to get some more points on the board. That looked fast.
There was movement at the start of the play.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver took off early.
Yeah, this is Chris Cogliano.
Cogliano, yeah.
That's going to be false start. I believe a false start on Belmont.
Gotta
and it
be,
is.
yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 15. So from the same spot of the encroachment penalty, just a different down. Now the clock is still running. We're down to about a minute to play.
I find that strange when they do that.
Belmont is really taking their time here. They have all 3 timeouts. And you figure they have got to use one pretty soon because they're really running out of time here. Arno rolls to his right.
Nothing.
Nothing's there. He's going to run it. Gets maybe a yard or 2. Wow. Gets out of bounds, though.
Like bowling pins over there. Just a whole group of them went down. Probably could have got, what, like 2-3 yards there, if that?
Probably. 39 seconds are on the clock, and it stopped after Arno went out of bounds. Belmont is on their own 37-yard line. They're going to say no gain on the play. So now Belmont finally has time to get into a real huddle and discuss what they want to run.
I imagine they just feed Garung here, to be honest. The throwing game is just not there for them. And if you can pick up... Nope, they're going to toss. Nope.
Play action for Arno. Throws it over his man. He was pressured there. It's incomplete, and now 3rd down and 14 for Belmont. But again, given time and given field position, I would not at all be surprised if they go for this on 4th down.
What's the timeout situation in high school? Is it 3.5?
3.5.
Gotcha. And they've already used 1 or 2?
I
don't think they've used any.
Yeah.
So they have, I mean, if you just got the 3rd and 12 a couple plays ago on a delayed handoff, you know, I think keep it on the ground. The throwing game's not working for you guys right now, and you might be able to pick up a good 10 yards and then go for it on 4th, especially if you have timeouts. You might as well.
Arno's going to throw here. Under pressure. Drop the ball, picks it back up, but he's going to get brought down well behind the line.
Looks like we got a punt coming out. I don't think they might just take the clock all the way down, and that might be half. Clock is running.
It does not look like Lexington plans on calling a timeout.
I mean, if you're Belmont, don't you call a timeout with like 1 second to go and throw a Hail Mary?
I think you do.
And if you're Lexington, don't you call a timeout early so you don't give them the opportunity to do this? No, I guess not. Looks like we're taking it down. I'm guessing they're going to call a timeout. Nope, they're just going to let it run. Here, do you want me to pull it out real quick? You want me to pull it out?
So that will do it for the first half. Belmont leads it 20-7.
Yeah, I mean, both teams really putting it out there. That muff punt really set the tone early on for Belmont, and now we're going to go into halftime down 13 points. It's definitely doable, I think, and they get the ball after halftime.
Yeah, and they just scored the touchdown, so they have momentum.
Yep.
So we'll see how it all plays out.
We'll see you guys in the second half.
Hey.
Hey.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, of course.
You were never a good liar.
I mean, he's finally locked up. We saved the day. I'm fine.
Sure. Just tell me what's going on.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know what to do next. Everything's different now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be.
But I am. So are you. I just wish. Have you been filming vertically the entire time? Dude, this is a movie, okay? This is cinema. It's not your sister's piano recital.
Oh.
Turn the thing sideways. What are you doing?
Hey,
Hey.
is everything all right?
Yeah, of course.
You were never a good liar.
I mean, he's finally locked up. We saved the day. I'm fine.
Sure. Just tell me what's going on.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know what to do next. Everything's different now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be.
But I am. So are you. I just wish. Have you been filming vertically the entire time? Dude, this is a movie, okay? This is cinema. It's not your sister's piano recital.
Oh.
Turn the thing sideways.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Hey,
Hey.
is everything all right?
Yeah, of course.
You were never a good liar.
I mean, he's finally locked up. We saved the day. I'm fine.
Sure. Just tell me what's going on.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know what to do next. Everything's different now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be.
But I am. So are you. I just wish. Have you been filming vertically the entire time? Dude, this is a movie, okay? This is cinema. It's not your sister's piano recital.
Oh.
Turn the thing sideways.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
everything all right?
Yeah, of course.
You were never a good liar.
I mean, he's finally locked up. We saved the day. I'm fine.
Sure. Just tell me what's going on.
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know what to do next. Everything's different now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be.
But I am. So are you. I just wish. Have you been filming vertically the entire time? Dude, this is a movie, okay? This is cinema. It's not your sis's piano recital.
Oh.
Turn the thing sideways.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Sorry.
All right, we are back at Dr. Harold Crum Memorial Field in Lexington for the start of the second half between the Lexington Minutemen and the Belmont Marauders. Right now, Belmont leads Lexington 20-7. However, Lexington, at the end of the half, put together a very nice drive that ended with Nelson Mendez-Steven running it in from about 28 yards out. And then the defense got a huge stop, keeping the score where it's at. Lexington will get the ball to start the second half. So if they could find the end zone again and make this a one-score game, that would really turn the tide here.
Yeah, it seemed like the defense was really starting to figure them out towards the end of the half there. Obviously, it seemed outside of the very first possession, it seemed like they scored 3 possessions in a row on Lexington. But after that, it seemed like they really struggled, especially there at the end. So Lexington gets the ball to start here. If they can drive the ball, get a touchdown, it's a one-score game. So definitely not out of this. Plenty of time to go here in the second half at Dr. Harold Crum Field. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think that's my saying. I've realized I've said that about 20 times tonight. We'll see what happens. So if we can get a little meter down here that says how many times I say it, that would be great. Lexington huddling up for some final preparations. Coach Wilson talking to the ref there.
There were a few weird moments revolving some calls made by the officials in that half. There was nothing too crazy, but there was just a little bit of confusion.
Right, yeah, there was an official timeout or two of them just kind of trying to all be on the same page. But it seems like we have a pretty exciting second half of football here. We'll see if Lexington can make some noise. Nelson Mendez ready to take the field.
Austin Lassiter will kick off for Belmont, and Jack Mazerall and Amari Moe are back deep to return.
Our very own Duncan in the costume over there. I don't know if I'm not supposed to give away his secret identity, but he's doing God's work as the Lexington Minutemen mascot. I always see him getting everyone pumped up over there. He seems to really enjoy it. Yep. Get it, Duncan.
Mazerall is going to field the kick off a bounce. He stumbles, gets back up down the sideline, and thrown down out of bounds at the 30.
Yeah, I think a lot of kick returners' first instinct is to try to go the long way and like try to get around a lot of defenders, but he realized he didn't have that right away, so he just cut it right upfield, tricked out a few defenders, and was able to get a good 15 yards on that return. Good awareness of what to do there, because you end up running sideline to sideline. You're just running. You're not gaining any yards, and you're wasting a lot of energy. So, good awareness there.
So Nelson Mendez, Steven lines up in shotgun with Joseph Saw on his left. We saw a lot of that in the first half. And he's going to start off taking it right up the gut. Picks up about 5.
Yeah, you really want to set the tone here with this drive. You need to get some points. Obviously down 2 possessions right now. I think you got to give it to Saw here.
And they do give it to Saw. He's got a ton of room down the sideline, makes a man miss. He's got into the clear.
Wow.
Joseph Saw is off to the races. He will not be
A
caught.
little high five on the way in.
High fives Mazerall on his way into the end zone.
That was nice. That was nice. That acceleration was unbelievable there. He made the guy miss, and then he went 0 to 60 in about a second. Usually making a juke and making the guy miss, it slows you down. It allows another opposing player to catch up to you and take you down, but he took off right after he made that first guy miss, and he was gone.
That was a 2-play, 1 minute and 8-second drive, and just like that, it's already a 1-score game. And right now, it's a 7-point game. That is pending the extra point from Jack Mazerall.
Yeah, that blocked extra point may end up coming into play here.
Mazerall drives it right through, and it's a 6-point game.
Looks like we got ourselves a little bit of a game here, Austin.
Yes, we do. So now it's going to be up to Lexington's defense to keep this offense of Belmont out of the end zone and really out of field goal range in general. It's time for them to do their job. If they can do that, then Lexington can get the ball back with a chance for the lead.
Well, that was an ideal start to the drive right there.
Definitely.
Start to the half, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're Belmont, are you a little bit worried right now? I mean, your offense has looked really good up until this point. So has this game now turned into a shootout? Is it going to be back and forth? Last team with the ball wins. So we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what Belmont has up their sleeve here.
Miles Torres returns the kick. He had a very good return on his last time.
Spitfire. Look at this guy.
He's going to get another great return here.
My God.
Carrying defenders with him all the way to midfield.
He got hit around the 35-yard line and then dragged defenders an extra 15 yards. My goodness. Torres came to play. Came to return some kicks tonight. And they got that around the 15-yard line too, and he turned on the Jets. Maybe kick to the opposite side the rest of the game.
So very good starting field position for Belmont.
See if they can do anything with it.
You've got a defense on the other side that is very motivated to get a stop here.
I mean, they're most likely going to start off with a run to Garong. If you can set the tone, not allow him to get 5 yards or so, like that would be good for your defensive psyche.
They do give it to Garong. He gets devoured.
That is what I'm talking about.
That's Mateo Gentile wrapping him up behind the line.
That's Captain Mateo Gentile putting the defense on his back with a great tackle. Loss of 2 right there. That's what I'm talking about, Austin. Set the tone. Get behind. Hit him behind the line of scrimmage. The rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, Belmont has really relied on Garung a lot tonight. And after a run like that, that can be a hit to their confidence.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to force the QB to throw. I mean, have they really had that many completions tonight? 2, 3 maybe?
He's going to throw here on play action.
Great D.
Broken up. Amari Moe knocked it away.
No flags. Great D. Moe on his back. And he swatted it down. I mean, the man-to-man coverage on the receivers is top-notch. Even their few completions that they've had, one of them was a one-handed catch with getting his toes in bounds near the sideline. So the defense is making them earn it tonight, at least with the receivers.
Third and 11 for Belmont. It looks more like 3rd and 12 from up here, from their own 48.
Look like
Arno.
They're going for that draw
again. They do the draw, and this time Lexington was not fooled.
No.
It's another loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Mateo back there again, causing havoc. They said, I dare you to do that delay again. I dare you, and they made him pay. 4th and 14, excuse me. And they're going to be forced to punt here, and Lexington is going to try to take the lead. You got to think the momentum on both teams right now have completely shifted.
Tim Prenderville will punt for Belmont. Jack Mazerall is back deep alone for this kick.
Ooh, off the side of his
line
foot.
Drive kick.
He's got a lot of yards on that, though.
Mazerall doesn't want any part of that. And it will be down just inside the 20.
It's a good miss. Good miss of a kick right there. Went to the right side. It rolled an extra 15 yards. So, it could have been a lot worse. If you golf, there's such thing as a good miss every now and then.
Lexington's offense is back on the field. They've run 2 plays this half, one of which was taken for about a 60-ish yard touchdown by Joseph Saw. So it's safe to say that they have a lot of momentum right now as Mendez, Steven, and Saw line up together in the backfield. Saw on the carry, gets a few blocks.
Dragging a few defenders down with him. He's making them earn these tackles, I'll tell you what.
It's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play.
Ryan Halloran in on the tackle for Belmont. Four-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Seems like they're trying to keep this defense honest for possibly a big play from Mendez Stevens. I can see him taking a shot here in the next couple plays.
He's going to run it himself. He's got a ton of room. Down the sideline, stiff arms another defender and out of bounds at the 40. It's an 18-yard carry for Nelson.
My goodness. Yeah, it seems like they really have this Belmont defense on the heels right now. Chunk play after chunk play almost every time. Definitely nothing behind the line of scrimmage, that's for sure. Seems like they're going pretty quick right now too. Gave it to Suh.
They give it to Suh. Room again, carrying defenders with him. Gets about 5.
I mean, yeah, he's getting hit early, but he's dragging them. And, you know, for a running play, 5 yards. Do that every time. You're in good shape. And, yeah, they are going fast. The coaches are out on the field almost immediately giving these plays out to Mendes Stevens. Seems like in the first half it was a little bit slower, but right now they're ready to go.
Yeah, it's smart, too.
Yeah.
Because this Belmont defense doesn't really look like they figured it out.
No,
Lexington's throw.
Yeah, and Belmont went 3 and out last possession, so this defense has to be getting a little bit tired.
Nelson going to pull it down.
Finding room.
Find
Wow.
some room. Bit of a second effort.
It's going to be a big 3rd down here.
He's about
late flag. That looks like maybe on Belmont personal foul possibly, or what is that? Unnecessary roughness or? Mendes Stevens getting cursed out by not cursed out, but getting yelled at by the ref to get back to the huddle. I'm guessing this is on Minutemen. It seems like they're moving backwards. Yeah.
And it will be on Lexington.
Not sure who, though. Maybe Mendes Stevens, because he was the one kind of complaining about it. I think he wanted a horse collar call,
yeah.
and maybe he, since he didn't get it, he, I don't know. So is that's gonna remain 2nd down?
It will be 2nd down. It's going to move it back about 10.
Oh, no, they're going to go to the 3rd, it looks like.
Oh, so they lose the down and the yards.
Yeah, yikes. That's yeah, I guess because it was post play, when the play was officially over, something happened. So, tall order here. Regular old either 2nd or 3rd. The scoreboard says 2nd, but the flags say 3rd. Oh, they're taking a shot.
Nelson's going to throw. He's got Mo with separation.
Overthrew.
Too strong. And
their flag? No.
I don't think. On the field, it's 4th down, and the Lexington punt team does take the field.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like you had him beat. It would have had to be a really great ball for Mo to catch that, but yeah, he unloaded on that. How far do you think Mendes Stevens can throw? Like if he had to cork one out, 60 yards?
Probably.
Airtime? Yeah.
I mean,
50?
He threw that pretty far.
He did.
A flick of a wrist.
Right, yeah, he didn't even step into it.
John Kefelis will punt for Lexington.
Plenty of time. Sends it. Ooh, it almost hit him, but that's going to get a good roll.
Very good roll.
Down to the 20-ish. You know, you didn't get the result you wanted there. That personal foul or whatever that was really set the team back there. It would have been a 3rd and 1, I think, a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. And they probably would have gone for it on 4th down if they didn't lose a great amount of yards there too. So I'm not sure who the penalty was on, but it unfortunately set you guys back, set the Minutemen back a little bit. But again, it's going to come down to defense here again, and we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, we've seen this defense once in this quarter, and they held Belmont to a total of -4 yards on their drive. They ended up punting after 3 plays. So Arno is back out there, and just as per usual, Garung is lined up next to him. Arno fakes, sets up a screen. Gets a few blocks. That's Brian Logan. And they are going to give him a 1st down.
Good play there from Brian. Made a few guys miss. So it seems like Belmont's trying to incorporate the throwing game into it a little bit more. Maybe they're a little bit shook that the running game's getting a little bit figured out, so they're trying to keep the defense honest.
They give it to Grung after
Good
a fake
tackle.
and a nice tackle. That's Joseph Suh. Well, we talk about him so much for being a running back, but one of the most underrated parts of his game is how well he plays on defense.
Yeah, that was all instinctual, and to get a leg tackle like that, it's not as easy as he just made that look. So, yeah, to get wrapped around those legs and take him down. What was that? Only a 2-yard gainish. It's huge. Arno trying to get this team going a little bit.
Arno fakes.
Again.
They set up a screen. It's broken up. What a shot that was.
That's
And it's Theo Golstino.
My goodness. Right, that was as clean of a hit as you can see, right in the bread basket there. It was a scary throw too, because that was hung up in the air. If who was that? Golstino? How do you say? Gostiano. If he had a good jump on that, he could have possibly gotten in the way of that pass and possibly picked that off. But great tackle. Definitely made him pay, because these bubble screens. That's all. It seems like that's all they can really complete right now. So if you lay a hit like that on one of the receivers, they're going to remember it.
3rd and 8, and the student section is getting loud. Arno going to roll to his right, throws it down the field, incomplete.
Oh,
Tried to get it to Cogliano, but he could not bring it in. And it's 4th down.
4th and 8. Yeah, that's going to be a punt, right?
It does look like the punting team is taking the field. Were they a little bit further down the field, they might consider going for it.
Yeah.
But not on your own 34-yard line.
The student section is popping, it seems.
Yeah, they really do love their team.
Kids from all grades. What's the feeling around school on a game day? Is everyone like kind of pumped? Is it like something to do? Like, hey, let's go to the game. We can hang out and stuff like that. Is that kind of how they treat it?
It's a little bit of both.
Gotcha.
I mean, we're always pretty pumped when it's game day, especially when it's game day here. And even if you're not a huge football fan, this is a great place to come hang out.
Absolutely. It's like a social thing. Everyone's on the same team. It's a win-win. That's short.
Another short punt.
God, those rolls are really benefiting them. That thing hit around the 45-yard line. All right. About 4.5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. No score. Actually, I'm sorry. 1 score here early in the 3rd, but Lexington down 1 possession. See if they can do it.
It's the same formation as we've seen before. Suh lined up to Nelson's left. 3 men at the bottom as one motions over. They give it to Suh, tries to bounce it to the outside. And
didn't look like anything was developing there.
Gets hit by 2 defenders. That's Ben William and Max Cornelius. They get him behind the line. It looks like about a yard behind the line.
Yeah. Not as bad as it could have been.
Two men on each side for Lexington. As Nelson pulls it away himself. Doesn't have a ton of room.
Gonna get about 2 yards there. Yeah, it seems like they're building a wall right now against Suh and Mendes Stevens. I think they're going to try to force them to actually start making some throws and some catches here, because the last 2 run plays have not been kind for the Minutemen. He actually ended up getting a good 3-4 yards there. So 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 7 here coming up. Clock rolling, a little under 3 minutes to go.
Two men out wide on each side for Lexington. Nelson fakes to Suh. Looks to throw, pulls it down,
Oh.
stays on his feet for the moment, and then gets brought down. That's Asa Rosenmeyer, all
Yeah.
6'4" of him.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, with him and 73, there's some big boys there in the middle. So, you know, the run game had worked out earlier, but it seems like Belmont's really clamping down on that up the middle type of business. So let's see if Lexington defense can make another hold here and potentially give their offense another chance to take the lead or tie. Mendez talking to the offensive coordinator there. I don't know if that's Nazareth White, maybe? I'm looking at the assistant coaches. Oh, there's a lot of assistant coaches. I'd totally take a guess.
Oh, my God, there are a lot of assistant coaches.
I'm going to say that's Jack Sweeney. I'm going to say it's Jack Sweeney. I don't know. I'll get their names down for the next time. Flag down.
Flag flies.
I'm going to guess there's a legal formation of some sort.
That would make sense to me.
Right. Usually when it comes down, I've noticed that when it comes down after the snap, it's either offsides or a legal formation.
The refs are talking with the punter right now.
Punter's in there getting the news. He doesn't seem like he likes it. Likes what's going to happen. He's got the hand on the hips. Is that offsides or is that just him resting? I can't tell.
So
illegal formation.
That is an illegal formation on Lexington.
So
I believe that's going to be enforced 5 yards from
I
where
like
the ball
that.
was down.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying to make everybody redo that punt again.
Right.
So it's going to be first down at the 38-yard line for Belmont with just over 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Now both defenses have definitely stepped up here in the second half. Outside of a long run from Belmont has the last two possessions has taken care of business on defense. But Lexington's pumped up right now. We'll see if they can make a stop. Again.
Belmont brings in a receiver to block.
Man.
As Garung spins away from tacklers, takes a big shot.
That was a big hit, but he was
at the end of that play.
It looked like he was dead to rights at the line of scrimmage. So the patience and the vision of him to actually find some room out of there was very impressive. Looks like he only got 2 yards. No, he got like 6 or so, 7. Yeah.
Belmont sticking with almost the exact same formation here. They're going to fake to a run, pressure off the edge as they complete it. That's Bryce Hubbard. He gets the first down to about midfield.
That was a good play. He's like a tight end. That was like a tight end release where like he looks like he's going to start blocking and then he kind of just releases out into the flat. And Arno found him for the easy catch and easy first down. Looks like we have an injury on the field. I got some.
Does.
Usually when the trainers start running out, there's somebody down. Oh yeah, there he is.
That is, I believe, Gostiano.
Gostiano, okay. Yeah, Suh's right next to him. Gotcha. And when I did talk to the coach a few weeks ago, I did ask him about the mustard thing, and it was real mustard that these guys are having. So I asked about the injuries and how they were dealing with them, and he just said it was a lot of cramping up, and that's just more their nutrition and their hydration that they work on. And usually when they're stretching like that on the field, that usually does mean that he's just cramping up. So the yellow mustard, when they have that, I guess when you're cramping up, there's something in the mustard seed that when it hits your tongue, it relieves you of lower body tightness, I guess. I don't know. Is it pseudo medical? I don't know, but who knows?
That's crazy.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
I know. So I did Google it afterwards, and there was footage of a college team a few years ago with mustard on the sideline. So I'm like, oh, I guess it is a normal thing. But I did have to ask the coach. I had to hear it from the man himself, and he filled me in. He couldn't do it he was like, it's something to do with this and that. But Shane, second-year head coach. you know, I'm sure, but going from the first year to the second year has to be a little bit easier. The first year, you're getting to know everyone, the staff, all the players. Second year, there's some camaraderie there, you know. So I'm sure he's a little bit looser this year. Wants to take a few more chances, and he's definitely shown it. He seems cool as a cucumber out there.
He's been involved with football for almost his entire life.
Really?
This might only be his second year with Lexington, but it is far from his second year in football.
Gotcha. You can definitely tell when you're talking to him. He's been in the game for a very long time.
Gostiano is able to walk off the field.
Gonna go the long way, all the way around. All right. Castellano coming off the field. Game resumes.
Belmont's last play got them a first down to midfield. Arno talking things over with his coach. He's going to throw. Pass is knocked down. Mateo Gentile there again.
Seems to be everywhere tonight. In the backfield, swatting balls down at the line. You know, that's not easy to teach defensive linemen because your hands are on, you know, the offensive lineman trying to get to him. So for you to get your hands up there, it's very difficult, and it's good coaching to prepare these guys for that. Because you're watching an NFL game, you're like, why don't they all just put their hands up? Because they would get pushed over if they did that nonstop. So.
Second and 10 from midfield as Arno fakes and then gives it to Garung.
Good wrap, and he's still chugging,
still fighting.
To bring up a 3rd and 1-ish. Definitely short, but
he took about a 2 or 3 yard gain, turned it into 9 yards.
Yeah. Looked like he was wrapped up, and then he just kept chugging along. So it's a big third. Oh, it's actually like 3rd and 2-ish. 3rd and 3.
So we're into the final 30 seconds of the quarter. Belmont going fast-paced here.
Oh,
and they
man.
get some guys to jump.
Another flag. They've been getting him with the hard count quite a bit tonight, and that one's pretty costly on 3rd down and 3. That's going to give them the first down. And I'm guessing I think they're going to run the clock into the 4th quarter here is my guess. Yeah, the clock is running. And it doesn't look like they're in a hurry.
Belmont has no interest in running a play here. So that will do it for quarter number 3. Belmont leads at 20-14. Both offenses have seemed to reach a stalemate at this point in the game, but Belmont has the ball. First down on the 37-yard line of Lexington. And we'll switch sides, and we will be back.
All right. As Austin was saying, we got ourselves a close game here in the 4th quarter. Lexington trailing by 6, but Belmont is driving.
It's 1st and 10 for Belmont at Lexington's 38. Arno takes, hands it, keeps it
Oh,
himself.
great
and he
keep for Arno.
goes into the secondary and finally thrown down at about the 10-yard line. 28 yards on the ground there for Arno.
Yeah, Garung was dead to rights if he gave that up there, but that's the beauty of the option. The quarterback has the option to keep it or hand it off to the running back. Arno chose very correctly there and got a good 20 yards.
They mark him down at the 17. Arno's coach comes onto the field to discuss the play with Arno. Arno gonna keep it himself. He's got a lot of room down inside the 10.
Yeah, Lexington defense seems to be faltering a little bit here. They're falling for that option. I think that Garung, rightfully so, has gotten so much attention from the defense that Arno's starting to keep it a little bit more and making them pay for it.
2nd down and 2 from the 8-yard line.
Oh, they actually gave it to the wide receiver.
They give it to the receiver. He tries to find the edge.
Just short, it looked like.
He is out of bounds at about the 1 or the 2-yard line.
Yeah, that was Austin Lassiter. I was thinking earlier because they always had the wide receiver going in motion, and that was both teams did. And that was the first time they actually gave it to the receiver as he was coming across. So it's actually pretty good timing for that. Puts him at the 2-yard line on 2nd down. It's going to be a tall order for Lexington to stop Garung or Arno for 3 plays in a row. So we'll see. It's going to be a tall order.
Arno getting under center, which is something
Right.
we have not seen at all. They bring in the fullback.
Is that Asa?
That is Asa Rosemeyer. 6'4", 315
Oh.
pounds, and the ball
Oh.
snap is fumbled.
Fell on it. That was close. Great camera work and directing from our crew here. Saw that whole thing. He's going to lose a couple yards there
He
now.
does lose a few.
Hey. Moves him back 2 yards to the 4-yard line. 3rd down all of a sudden. I mean, if you're Belmont, you have to go to Garung here. He seems to be able to get those those small yardage plays that they need so bad. So big 3rd down coming up here. Oh, 2nd down, excuse me.
2nd down from the 4-yard line. It's Garung with the carry, bounces it to the outside
Easy.
and in for the touchdown.
Untouched. Like I said, that's a tall order to stop this offense when they're that close on 1st down. Yeah, and he's got such good vision. I mean, I think he's going outside. He sees the hole open up in the middle, untouched. Let's see. So they're up 12 points right now.
Yeah.
I think in the book they say to go for 2 here.
Yeah.
Just to make it 14.
Yeah, if we're going to see a 2-point conversion, it would be right here.
Right, you would think. It looks like they're setting up. It looks like the kicker's out there. No sign of Arno, so I think they're ready to kick it. And Lassiter is the wide receiver who took that last end around is the kicker. Oh, you get to have a placement in high school? Like an actual thing that you can put it on top of? I guess so.
I guess you do.
I got to know that.
So it's the same motion. And now whistles before the kick.
It's got to be a
And-
false start. Usually if it's before.
The ref was pointing towards Lexington's side, for either encroachment or neutral zone infraction. The kick is good anyway, so it shouldn't matter unless Belmont wants to take the penalty and then go for 2 from the 1-yard line.
It's weird because it seemed like they called it before the kick actually happened. So I don't know if you can call the play dead and then allow the extra point to happen. So it looks like
Arno's coming back out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they
so
wanted-
they're going to take the penalty half the distance to the goal.
So I guess 1 yard is enough for a team to decide to go for it or not. I mean, there's really only one play call here that you got to do.
Arno and Gurung lined up together.
I mean, you have to give it to Gurung. Like,
Gurung gets the carry, fights
in.
his way in for 2.
14-point lead.
So that puts Belmont up 28-14 with 9:48 left in the ball game. The Lexington offense is about to hit the field for what is going to be a very, very important drive. You find it hard to imagine them winning this game if they do not get into the end zone here.
Yeah, Lexington needs to play some perfect football here in these final 10 minutes. Offense seemed to get real stagnant after that really hopeful opening drive of the second half. Just having hard time getting first downs, it seems. But yeah, but I think that the run is just getting sniffed out by too much by Belmont. I think you have to put it in Mendez Stevens' hands, and he needs to complete some passes. I'm not saying they have to be bombs or anything like that, but just something to open your run game up a little bit more, because it seems like Belmont's really stuffing the box right now. So get a few completions. It makes them a little bit more honest. So we'll see what happens. But, yeah, like I said, we need some perfect football from Lexington if they're going to pull this off.
So it's Mazeral and Mo back deep to return.
Good kick.
The kick will be taken by Mo from about the 25. Tries to find the edge.
Wrapped up.
And somehow stays on his feet through all of that, then gets wrapped up. That was Miles Torres.
If a player's leg is up in the air, I think it's okay for the ref to say, forward progress has stopped. I think he let that go on at like 3 seconds too long, but that's how amazing plays happen. You think they're done, and then they break loose. So I get it from the referee's perspective. Decent field. No, not really. 30-yard line, that's pretty average.
Nelson takes the snap.
Here we go.
Fakes to Suss, steps up. Doesn't have a ton of room. Gets out of bounds.
It looked like the defense was looking for a holding call. I think I saw one of the defenders throw his hands up looking for it, but no flag on the play.
Coach Wilson did not seem happy with the ref at the end of that play. I think he thought there could have potentially been a personal foul for a hit out of bounds there.
Yeah, I saw the ref say something out loud, and he was like shaking his head no, like no. It was clean, or clean enough. And that's the thing with a running quarterback. Unless you're sliding or clearly going out of bounds, then you're just a normal football player. So got to be ready to take those hits. Oh.
Snap is bobbled.
Oh,
it's on the ground. And Belmont recovers it.
That defender was back there very quickly. That was the other big boy I was talking about. It's Harry Carlson. Got back there. He's flexing to the Lexington sidelines, feeling pretty good about himself. Excuse me. Rough. When I said that Lexington had to play perfect football, fumbling the snap on the second possession, or on the second play, was not it. So rough outing there. And again, great camera work. We saw that whole thing close up. Yes. Unbelievable.
So Lexington's defense is back on the field sooner than they had expected.
Right. And I'd imagine Belmont's just going to pound it here. I mean, they got to be exhausted.
Arno keeps it himself up the middle.
7 yards.
It is about 7 as the clock keeps running. We're down to 9 minutes left to play. Now now Belmont shifting into a much slower-paced offense. It makes sense that they want to take their time here. Arno gives it to his receiver in motion. That's Cogliano. He gets tripped up, and now a flag comes in at the end of the play. And the ref signals that it's going to be a block in the back against Belmont.
I think that was a first down too, so that's going to wipe that off the board. Going to make it a little bit more tougher. Probably going to be like a 2nd and 12 or so.
That is 10 yards. Yeah, potential first down is now, oh, they're bringing the marker way back.
Good. Hey, crew. People are waving. Look at that. It's absolute anarchy in the student section.
Yeah, I remember my first football game. I was probably in 6th grade. I felt like I was on a different planet with all the high schoolers.
They know how to get rowdy, that's for sure.
Mateo Gentile gets the tackle for loss off the fumbled snap. So now, all of a sudden, it's 3rd down and 26 for Belmont, and they are well out of field goal range. So now Belmont is going to take a timeout here. That's their first of the half. I think they just want to discuss what they're going to do here.
Yeah, I mean, they got to be playing for field position, right? I mean, yeah, it's great to get the first down, but if they can punt it and put it inside the 10-yard line, make it really tough for Lexington to drive 90 yards, I think the coach just wants to kind of let them know, like, kind of what the game plan is right now.
Yeah, we've seen Belmont try the draw play to Gurung twice on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
The first time it worked very well. The second time it did not work at all. So
3rd time's a charm? I don't know.
Maybe. Both teams take the field. And Arno and Gurung, like always, are lined up next to each other in the backfield. Lexington's defensive backs are playing off of their receivers. Nelson Mendez-Steven is back deep. Arno's going to throw here. He's got time. He's going to air it out.
Turn. Oh.
Incomplete. Well covered there by Declan Gruskin. And it's 4th down. There are no flags on the field, so Belmont's punting team takes the field.
Okay. So you have to play perfect football now.
Yeah,
now that you have the ball again.
With less time.
With less time. About 2.5 minutes less time. But still chances. You got to have some bounces go your way, a couple big plays, and you can make something happen. Let's see how this punt turns out. They've been bouncing and rolling forward, so I think they're going to want to do something similar, like kick it short. Hopefully it bounces down a little bit inside the 10.
Lexington does not have anybody back deep to return.
They
might want to be going all out for the block here.
Yep.
And they get it away.
Wow, great punt.
Takes a nice roll for Belmont. Going to be down at about the 10-yard line. So not ideal starting field position for Lexington. Well-executed punt by Belmont. So 7 minutes left for Lexington to get 14 points.
Yeah, punt block there. I mean, even if you have a guy in the back, you're probably going to fair catch it, or it's not even going to bounce near you. So I get why they went for the block. And, you know, obviously if you get it, it's a gigantic momentum play, and you can possibly score on it. So I like the thought. and then getting it, you're allowing yourself to get at the 10-yard line. I don't see how that would have been much different anyway. So I like the thought. All right, Mendez Stevens going to have to reach down into his pockets, deep into his pockets here for some. Looking like we got a timeout.
That is Lexington calling the timeout, so that hurts to use one now.
Hey, keep in mind next week the Minutemen are home next Saturday at 2 p.m. where we take on the Wolverines.
Yeah, I guess it would be a good time to talk about the next game, which is happening next Saturday on October 22nd. Who are we playing?
2 p.m. against Woburn.
Gotcha. The Tanners. That's a rivalry that goes back quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that should be a good game. Do you know how Woburn is doing this year? Sorry to put you on the spot here.
I think I checked their record a little while ago. They are 3-2.
3-2?
On the season.
Gotcha. So they're pretty similar records here. I'm guessing, unless Lexington can pull this out, it's probably going to be an L, but you never know. Oh, yeah, tune in next Saturday at 2 p.m. We'll have live coverage of the game here on LexMedia. All right. Let's see what we got.
Here we go. Lexington needs to go 90 yards and do it relatively quickly if they want to stay in the game. Nelson going to throw, incomplete for Amari Moe towards the sideline.
That is a cannon out of there, though. I mean, you see a lot of these high school quarterbacks. They always have like a little bit of a loft on it. That was a laser to. Granted, it wasn't super accurate, but he really slung that thing.
Second and 10 for Lexington with 7 minutes left to play. Nelson takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking for somebody.
Ooh.
Can't find anybody. Now he throws it incomplete on the sideline. Was going for Mazerall there, but not a lot of time to make that work. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Seems like number 56, Matt Ursino, was limping a little bit after that play. Looks like he's shaking it off and he's going to stay out there, but he seems to be laboring a little bit right now. All right, 3rd and 10. I mean, you have to, if you don't get this, you're punting, obviously, right? I mean, I know you're down 2 touchdowns, but you got to hope for a turnover, a muffed punt, or something like that, because you can't give Belmont the ball inside your 10-yard line. But we'll see. We got a big 3rd down here. Looks like Stevens is laboring himself a little bit, like maybe holding his hand.
Mazerall is in motion. Nelson takes the snap. They
Little
set up
screen.
a screen for Mazerall. He has to go up to catch it. Makes a few guys miss.
Got about 5 yards there. That was scary. It got barely over the fingertips of Asa
Rosenmeyer.
Rosenmeyer, thank you. Very ballsy play to throw that right there, but got 5. It looks like the offense is staying on the field.
It does. There's about 6 minutes left.
Yep.
So I guess
concede is not in their blood.
they need 6 yards to get to the 21-yard line to keep this drive alive. And if they don't, then that, in all likelihood, will be the ball game. Nelson takes the snap.
Scrambling,
pulls
dead,
it down,
fumbled, touchdown.
lost the ball, recovered by Belmont in the end zone for the touchdown.
That's number 50, Max Cornelius. The ball just kind of ended up in his hands after somebody got him on the sack. And rough outing. On that right before that play, you can tell something was a little off with Mendez Stevens. I think on the play before he hurt his hand trying to make a play, and now it's just kind of gotten out of hand. And with that touchdown, that's going to be 35-14 pending the.
It appears that it was Chris Conliano that stripped the ball and took it into the end
Good play from Belmont.
Now, Belmont's
Sorry,
going
a timeout.
to take a timeout here
Third.
over an extra point, or 2 points at most.
5 minutes, a little over 5.5 minutes to go. Belmont just opened up a commanding lead. And, you know, the only thing you can do from here is take it as a learning experience for Lexington. Take what you learned this game, apply it to the next, and see if you can get a win against Woburn next week.
So while we're here, I want to give a little shout out to all the Lexington football fans in Bradenton, Florida. That is, to my knowledge, 2 people, the parents of Coach Wilson.
Hey, we'll take that. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, we have support from all over the country.
We love that. Setting up for the kick. Trying to make it 35. This is Austin Lassiter.
High snap. They get it down, and the kick is good. So that makes it 35-14 in favor of Belmont with just under 6 minutes to play.
So what's the coach trying to tell the guys right now? I mean, obviously you want to execute. The game has definitely gone out of hand. Where I think it's out of the realm of possibility that you're going to win it. So are you trying to clean things up right now? Or are you trying to just work on things? Or are you just trying to get through the game just to get to the next one?
I mean,
are you playing like the guys who haven't played much yet? Like, give them a little bit of experience, see if they can make a play, so you can play a little.
It all depends on the coaching staff.
Totally.
Because different teams do different things in this situation. Some teams are very big on pride, and they still want to play. They still want to fight till the end. And we've seen a lot of that from Lexington, especially last year. So that we've seen already.
Right, yeah. Ooh, good bounce.
Gets past Amari Moe. He's going to field it.
Okay.
Laterals it to Mazerall. Maybe that's what they were talking about in that huddle. Mazerall takes it down the sideline. He's got room. Jack Mazerall in a foot race.
And
He's going to take it all the way for the touchdown. How about that? Well, there is a flag down.
That was not a backwards lateral. I'm pretty sure he threw that forward to Jack Mazerall, unfortunately, because he went backwards to go get that ball. So I don't think Jack went behind him to get that. I think he kind of threw it forward to him. Unbelievable play. Maybe a hold. Oh, there's the flags are back here.
I think I did see a hold on the play.
Gotcha. Unfortunate. I don't even know if that was a legit lateral backwards, but it looks like it's definitely coming back. That's unfortunate. That was a great play from Mazerall. Great speed up that sideline. Yeah, I mean, talk about a gut punch.
So they're going to spot the ball at Lexington's 35, which was around the spot of the foul. Five and a half minutes left to play.
Yeah, he definitely threw that forward. It's okay.
Nelson hands to Suh. He's got another hole. We've seen this all day as Joseph Suh into the secondary, tripped up inside the 40.
You know he wanted to stay up there. If he stayed up there, that's another TD for him. Yeah, he wanted that one. No, you're good.
They spot the ball at the 36-yard line of Belmont as the clock continues to run. We're down to 5 minutes.
I mean, look at this.
Nelson hands it to Saw again, and he gets thrown down behind the line.
Wrapped up.
Ryan Halloran was the first one who got to him. That's going to be a loss of about 3.
Yeah, again, those guys in the middle. Harry Carlson was back there too. Definitely causing havoc, those guys. Yeah, so between the 2 touchdowns that Lexington had, that Sa with a giant 60-yard run, and then Nelson Mendez with a 28-yarder. It's these big chunk plays that they're really thriving in, but once those chunk plays went away, you can tell they've been struggling to move the ball consistently 7-8 yards at a time.
Nelson takes the snap, going to keep it himself, and gets brought down for no gain.
Yeah, you can tell his footing is a little bit off tonight. I think it might be the field conditions. He's definitely getting a little aggravated out there, you can tell. Yeah, he's trying to plead his case to Coach Wilson right now, saying, I can barely get my feet under me right now. I mean, you got to cork one here, take a shot. 3rd and 14.
I mean, this is the time to experiment with
right.
stuff, get some real in-game practice.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to a couple big plays. The muffed punt early on, the drop touchdown in the end zone on the early on in the first quarter. These are the type of plays that could have made all the difference right now. Oh, my God.
Nelson avoids the pressure, completes it there. That's Ryan Renoro. Gets the first down to about the 20.
Asa Rosenmeyer got in there really quick. I can't imagine what Nelson Mendez was thinking as this giant man was chugging his way towards him. But great delivery with the ball to who caught that?
That was Ryan Renoro.
Ryan Renoro. Great awareness by him to know exactly where the mark was, and he picked up a pretty good chunk play.
First down from the 20 for Lexington. We are under 3 minutes to play as Sa gets the carry.
Great stiff arm.
Shakes one tackle. Shakes another.
This guy.
Fighting his way in for the touchdown.
He made that look effortless. That was impressive.
That's number 2 on the day for Sa.
Just shedding tackles there.
So Lexington is back within 2 scores.
How often do you think they practice onside kicks? Is that a big thing they practice, you think?
I mean, you got to dedicate at least some time to practicing it. Because they might not be the most common play, but when you need to do one, you got to make sure that you have the perfect plan.
Right. At least, it comes down to the kicker trying to obviously hit the top of it so it bounces high up into the air and gives your guys a chance to get it. Oh, wow. The kicker is smashing these. That was good. Oh, that
extra point is wide to the left.
Wide to the left. He smashed it, just not very accurately. So that's going to be 20-35.
2 minutes and 42 seconds remain. And if we're going to see an onside kick, it's probably going to happen right now.
Yeah.
And that looks like Nelson, who's coming out. And I remember last year we saw him kick it once, and it was when they did a little squib kick at the end of the half against Reading. So I guess Nelson is their guy for short kicks like that.
Now Mendez Stevens placing the kick. Is he going to be the one to kick it?
I think he is.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
look at this.
They're getting rid of the tee, just
Get
putting
this thing
the ball
out of
flat
here.
on the ground.
Yep, so I guess the point here is to kick it on the side of the ball so it gets a lot of spin. You got to get it out 10 yards. So it has to hit the 50-yard line for it to be eligible for unless they touch it first. So we're going to see what happens here. Oh, they're going right away. That was that was honestly not a terrible kick.
Belmont was prepared for it.
They were.
Ben William falls on it.
We need, I don't know how many timeouts Lexington has. I know they burned one earlier, so I think they have two in pocket.
I think that's
so
right.
One first down here, that's pretty much going to call it. But, you know, if they go 3 and out, you call all 3 timeouts, you get the ball back with 2 minutes, and then the game ends with you with the ball. So.
So 1st and 10 for Belmont at their own 49-yard line with 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to play. Arno gives it to Lassiter in motion.
Hit hard. Gets Mendez-Stevens with the tackle there.
Lassiter picks up 3. The clock continues to run.
No timeout yet. Maybe they want to see if they can make another stop really quick and then start calling timeouts. No 2-minute warning, obviously, probably has something to do with that.
Belmont is obviously in no hurry here. We're inside of 2 minutes now. Arno hands to Gurung and brought down at the line.
You're going to get a timeout or no?
Doesn't appear that we're going to get one.
Clock's still rolling.
That was Theo Gostiano who helped made that tackle. And we saw him leaving earlier in the game with an injury. The clock continues to run. We're down inside of a minute and a half now.
Once again, the Minutemen will host Boomer next week at 2 p.m. here at the Dr. Crum Field in Lexington.
Belmont comes to the line. We have about a minute to go here. Arno's going to run with it.
No room. Oh.
Find some room. They're going to spot him just short of the first down. And I think now we are going to get a timeout.
Yep, clock did stop. Looks like a timeout, Lexington. Maybe they only had 1 left, and we
So it is 4th down for Belmont, 4th and about 3. We have 46 seconds on the clock.
Fourth and 3. I mean, I'd imagine they're going to punt it here. I mean, they may go for it just to say, you know, we want to end with the ball, but I mean, you know, you don't get it on 4th down. What's the worst thing? They start the ball at the 45-yard line with 45 seconds to go and up 2 touchdowns or down 2 touchdowns. So maybe Belmont just wants to try to go for it, try to end this thing with them with the possession with the ball and call it a night.
Arno and Gurung are coming back out there.
Yep. That's confidence. That's confidence in your offense right there.
And they're bringing in Asa Rosenmeyer at fullback. They hand it to the big man.
Oh, my goodness.
He plows his way through the defense.
Oh, my goodness.
Brought down finally at the 20.
That's a way to end the game right there. With about 30 seconds going and Belmont up 2 touchdowns. That's looking like the end of the game there. Looking like they're going to run the clock. They don't even know if they have to take a knee yet. How do they even know what the play clock is? Is there one?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would love to find that out, though. That is looking like it's going to take us to the end of the game here.
Good game from Belmont. Lexington hung in there after getting down early, and they had no quitting them. It's just a couple key plays that they squandered away and unfortunately got away from them.
So that's our final. Belmont wins it 35-20 over Lexington. It was a competitive game, and towards the end, Belmont just pulled away with it. They made less mistakes on the day.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you having me, Austin. I guess from all of us here at LexMedia and Dr. Harold Crumfield, I'm Terry Samaras. I'm joined by Austin Raiche. Raiche. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me come into your booth today, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you next week.
Pleasure. That was fun.